Okay, hello everybody. My name is Aiden, and welcome back to another stream. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Toronto Raptors versus the Chicago Bulls in season tournament game. And again, we could be on the verge of elimination if we lose this game. Now, let's be honest, I think the vast majority of people just assume we're not going to win it anyway. So it is what it is from that standpoint. But we're still mathematically in it, I believe, and if we can win this game, that might be very beneficial for the Chicago Bulls, as they could, make a standing in this competition, I guess. Again, I'm not too sure. But before we get any further, if you enjoy the stream at any point and you'd like to see more from me, feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. Again, a like and a subscribe can help share this stream out there to more people who'd be willing to watch this game. Not even necessarily just Chicago Bulls fans. I mean, I think there was maybe the Miami Heat game, we saw someone that bagged from Miami in that game as well. So at the end of the day, anything can help from that standpoint. But yes, a big game for the Chicago Bulls here. We have to try and win this game. Let's hope we can pick up the pieces of where we left off against the OKC Thunder, where we struggled. But in the end, we showed some good fight for most of that game. Seems like that's an ongoing theme for most Chicago Bulls games. And see if we can actually turn it into a win in this time out. Now, I actually do predict the Chicago Bulls will be close in this game. The reason why is because we were close against the Raptors the first time around, in which we won by a buzzer beater from Alex Caruso. But it's also, I believe it's a close game because we're kind of on the same level as Toronto in many ways as well. And we're close in most games. In all honesty, we really, really are. We're close in most games, but we just don't get over the hump in any of those games. So that's just the harsh reality of things. I do believe at this point in time, again, the Toronto Raptors are 0-2 in the in-season tournament as well. Essentially, I think, look, it's going to be very, very rare that either of our teams actually make it through the in-season tournament. But you'd like to still try. Again, you'd like to still try to compete for a spot, if you know what I mean. Even if you don't get very far, like, this is a tournament. You want to win these types of games. So let's hope the Bulls in some way, form, or fashion can find a way to pick up a win. Also, don't buy League Pass, guys. It's literally like a battle every single day to get this app to work. It's so annoying, incredibly frustrating. I don't know what else to do. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, it just does not work. So for now, I don't think I can watch the Bulls thing. I would have to turn to the Raptors one because the game started and it's just showing me all these. I genuinely give up on League Pass, guys. I really give up on League Pass. Like, this is ridiculous. Imagine paying as much money as you pay to not even have the app work. It makes no sense. We got Jimmy in the chat saying the Bulls need to get off to a good start and play good offense and defense for all four quarters. I don't know if that will ever happen, Jimmy. I really don't. I think that will happen once in a blue moon. I don't think the Bulls are going to play good for all four quarters. We know this. This Bulls team has terrible starts. This Bulls team has just overall really, really bad, I guess, consistency. It's just the words to use here. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Can I just see the game? Thank you. Okay, the game has started. Toronto 2-0 up, and the Bulls have the ball. By the way, Zach LaVine is playing in this game. So keep that in mind as well. Look, I'm going to give respect all the credit in the world in this instance because, like, a lot of people made a lot of assumptions about Zach LaVine sitting out because of the trade situations and Zach LaVine sitting out because, he's not actually hurt and he just, whatever it is, when push comes to shove, he's playing in this game. Whether we want him to play or not, we can't make the excuse that Zach LaVine is sitting out for a trade anymore. He might have been genuinely hurt and he missed the game because of that. That's what I think. Otherwise, it makes no sense to play in this game. But so far, we're up to a 5-2 start as Kobe White makes a three. And there we go. 5-2 start against the Toronto Raptors. This court looks nice, I'm not going to lie. The Toronto Raptors got the gold kit. This does look like a nice court. I can't lie. 5-4. Maybe both these teams could be in for a good offensive night because none of these teams really do well offensively. Zach gets swatted. Podol with the rebounds. Anunoby gets an air one. OG Anunoby. All right. We'll see if he can make the free throw. But again, it's a bit of a hectic start here. It went from, I guess, a three from the Bulls and a mid-range from Vucevic. Anunoby misses the free throw to a couple of nice shots from Podol and now one from OG Anunoby. All right, DeMar. Vooch open again. Misses that one. 1 from 2 from that exact spot. Dennis. Scotty Barnes in the post on Kobe White. I don't like that matchup. Podol in the post now on Vooch. Schroeder for 3. That's off. And an offensive rebound. That's not a great start as Anunoby has a wide open 3. Caruso gets the rebound. How do we actually watch the game? Probably League Pass is your best bet, but I hate League Pass. That's what I'll say. I hate League Pass, but that's how I'm watching it. I can tell you from experience, that's why I hate it. Siakam to Schroeder. To Scotty Barnes for 3. Oh, and he looks right at Alex Caruso. That competitive fight Scotty Barnes has. He likes to flaunt it as well a little bit. Kobe wants to attack. I think that's a traveling violation by Kobe White. 9-5. Toronto again having the better start than the Bulls. They can't get to good starts. Incredibly frustrating. All right. Siakam. Zach LaVine guarding him. Podol gets an easy one. Again, this Bulls team is not providing a lot of defensive effort right now. DeMar gets cooked on that defensive possession. All right, Scotty Barnes with the foul on DeMar. Yeah, DeMar gets cooked. What a surprise. All right, but at least he's gone to the line now to get his first 2 of the night. Come on, DeMar. We need these. Misses the first. Oh, the jinx is real. That's incredible jinx. I should be so proud with my ability to jinx this team. Makes the second. When is Kobe allowed to touch the ball? He has a 3. So he did touch the ball at some stage. He also has a traveling violation, so he also has a turnover. Schroeder gets right to the paint. No paint defense whatsoever by this Bulls team. Caruso to Vooch to Kobe. Pick and roll. Trying to find Vooch in the post. It looks like there's a little bit of isolation. They trust Podol to guard him 1-on-1. Kicks it out. DeMar deep 3. Air ball. That's no good. The Raptors will take that all day long. Anunoby gets fouled by DeMar DeRozan. And timeout by the Bulls. Another slow start. 13-6. We'll see whether or not the Bulls can come back from this. We know that they can. They tend to come back most times than not. But it's not good when you see another bad start from the Chicago Bulls. I mean, how many bad starts have we had to games this season? It feels like every game we're having a bad start. It's never a nice feeling. You know, you finally want to see... I feel like if this Bulls team actually bothered to get out to a good start, that will be the game that we actually win. The one where we get out to a good start, where we actually shoot the ball well, when we play strong defense, like, it just doesn't happen. I mean, so far we've seen DeMar DeRozan get bit off the dribble every possession. Podol's getting the easiest layups of his life. There's no paint defense whatsoever. But still, 13-6 is the score. It's not terrible, but it's not good either. Toronto has had a great start. And since I can't listen to the Bulls' own commentary team, I have to listen to the Raptors commentators laugh about it every possession. It's quite annoying. I do say so myself. Tough pill to swallow. Not only can you not, you're expecting this Bulls team to lose, which you kind of do every game at this point, you have to listen to the other commentary team basically laugh at you while you do it. Like, it's insane. It is truly insane. But that's the life of a Bulls fan, eh? You got to go through it. If you watch every single game, that's the sacrifice you have to take. The mockery of being a Bulls fan sometimes. Which I personally don't know why the Raptors commentary team are mocking the Bulls, when in reality, they're not exactly in the right space, are they either? So, at least they've got young talent, I guess. Either way, look, this is usually the time where the Bulls respond. As soon as the bench comes in, this Bulls team will probably respond and make it a close game by the end of the first. That's what I hope we'll see anyway. If Toronto's defense is really going to bring us massive problems, this could get a bit out of hand if their offense is firing as well. But I'll be honest, if this is the paid defense we're going to see, I'm more than happy to take Vucevic out of the game for an extended period of time and get a rim protector in there, because they've got Podol in there. Podol's not going to do much on the perimeter. Like, he's going to get his points in the paint. So, we should be prioritizing paint defense. I don't know why we're not. In fact, Toronto are not necessarily the best three-point shooting team out there, are they? So, again, I wouldn't say it's obvious how they play, but, I mean, we got to adjust to it, surely. Either way, Toronto ball, 13-6. We'll see what ends up happening. OG Anunoby gets an easy mid-range. Can't go under the screen on OG. All right. Caruso bringing up the ball for the Bulls. 9-point game. Kicks it to Zach. Zach wants to pick a roll. He's going to get what he wants. Vooch to Kobe. Back to Vooch. The offense is not moving. Someone's got to move. Vooch for three. It's just not a good shot. Where is the movement in this team? No off-ball cuts from Zach or DeMar there, which is the likely outcome of a bucket, probably. They're making the Raptors defense look elite at the moment. Gary Trent. And this is getting worse. A bad start gets worse. Zach finds Vooch in the post. Kicks it to DeMar, to Kobe for a catch and shoot three. And that's 6 points right off the get-go for Kobe White. He has 6 out of our 9 points in this game. All right, Pascal. Caruso guarding. Another three. OG Anunoby. If Toronto are making their threes, you can kiss this game goodbye already. That's the one thing you don't expect them to hit, is consistent threes, as Vucevic gets a post hook. It's basically 2v3 at the moment. It's Vucevic and Kobe versus the rest. Pascal. Schroeder misses a three. Rebound Levine. Kobe always shows up in November, December. Let's hope he shows up for the rest of the year. He had a very good, strong end to the season last year as well. So let's hope he shows up in February, March. Vooch in the post again to Levine. Levine step back three. Not the best shot, but he makes it. Zach Levine. 21-13 at the moment. Again, at this point, I'll take any offense because it's just so stagnant. Podol, pick and roll. Vooch cannot guard this. Where's the help defense? I don't know what's going on with this defense at the moment. Levine's got Podol on the island. He wants to take him off the dribble. That's an excellent play. This man went up and under. Zach LaVine. And then he can't guard Pascal Siakam on the other end. He got sealed. And he gets an easy layup. This is very much trading buckets at the moment. Oh, Gary Trent gets the steal on Caruso. Wants to go all the way, and he does. Another timeout for the Bulls. We've had a miserable start to this game. You want to know the fun fact? This is actually not even a bad offensive start for the Bulls. Like, I know our offense is so stagnant, but Kobe White's made some deep threes. Levine has made a couple of big shots. Vucevic has 4 points on the night. Our offense isn't even the worst part. We've conceded 27 points in how many minutes? How many minutes have we played? What is that? 9-ish minutes? 10 minutes? Around there. We conceded 27 points. Usually when you see a team get close to 40 within the first quarter, that's an elite quarter from them. So that's kind of been our issue, you know. We're giving up easy opportunities on the other end. Again, threes from Anunoby, 3 from Gary Trent. Podol, again, Podol has literally had the easiest points of his entire career in the start of this game. These layups are easy buckets for him. And he's showing up offensively as well. So the Bulls need to control that defensive lineup. I think there's a reason why Billy Donovan's called 2 quick timeouts the way that he has. It's because the Bulls are not bringing that effort defensively. So it's time to step up now. We know the Raptors are a big team. They're length all around the court, and that's going to cause problems for the Bulls, of course. But you have to show the fight at least. The ability to try and fight on defense. And I don't think we've started off that way. And that's why we're still down by double digits, even though we're kind of trading buckets at the moment. So again, we'll wait and see how the rest of the game will go. I still believe the Bulls will find a way to come back in the game and make it close. But right now, this is kind of following the same trend as every other game, where we start off badly, we fight our way back, we make it close, but we probably lose towards the end. Like a true tanking team. Because it does feel like this Bulls team plays like a tanking team most of the time. So we'll have to wait and see. By the way, if you are new to the stream at any points, feel free to drop a like. Again, we are 6 likes away from double digits. That is always the #1 goal when we get to these streams, to get double-digit likes, because it shows that you guys are liking the stream. It shows that, of course, there's still, room for improvement as well. And also get in the chat. Get in the chat. What are your thoughts on the first half? What are your thoughts on the game thus far? Do you really care who wins and loses and stuff like that? I'm not going to lie. I do want to win this game, but again, one win's not going to necessarily change anything. Again, we're probably going to be out of the in-season tournament anyway at any point, if we're not even out of it already. So, this doesn't really mean much in the whole grand scheme of things, but still, you're in the in-season tournament once. This is the very first time. At least try your best to, not be an embarrassment in this in-season tournament. We've got Vooch out in the 3-point line. Patrick Williams in the game now. Zach attacks. Gets the layup high off the glass. Looks like Zach LaVine's in for an aggressive game today. Alright, Schroeder wants to attack Kobe White. Oh, and he gets the layup to go. Beat Kobe White off the dribble. LaVine for 3. That's a heat check. Hi, Aiden. I haven't visited your live streams in a while, but glad to be here. It's another slow start. I think the Raptors are just going to constantly attack the paint. You are absolutely right. Again, I think they showed a statistic that they are, 7th in the NBA in terms of paint points. But I said this as well. If they're attacking the paint, but they got guys like Anunoby and Trent on point from the 3-point line today, you could already kiss this game goodbye before it really even begins. So let's hope that their 3-point shooting also slows down and the Bulls could find a priority on defense. I don't know. It's been a very slow start defensively for the Bulls. Why does this team always start slow? I'm going to make a statement, not a statement. My prediction, my reasoning here is the starting lineup is just not compatible together. This big three doesn't necessarily comply with a whole lot of defensive players. Caruso's the really only energy guy in that starting lineup as well. So that kind of leads to Kobe White, to be fair, as well. And I think coaching has a lot to say on it as well. I feel like our mentality is that we start slow. So that's our identity now. It's kind of like trying to break away from your identity. It's hard to do. So, yeah, absolutely. I believe all those things are the reasons why we have slow starts and we have to pick it up once the bench comes in. I think it's a little bit of everything with that Bulls team. The big three doesn't play defense. Our identity is to start slow, and it's hard to break away from that. And coaching. I really think all those things play a factor. A missed three. Drummond can't get the offensive rebound. Gary Trent for three, and he's got it to go. 32-19. All right, 13-point game. We got 2 minutes to go in the quarter. DeMar. Looks like he's got the matchup that he wants. Finds Ayo in the corner. I think Ayo should have shot that. He's attacking the paint. Finds Craig. And Craig gets shoved out of bounds. Is that a bonus for the Bulls? Can they go to the line? I don't think so. All right. No free throws for the Bulls. It's taken from the inbounds. We got Patrick Williams. Mid-range. That's off. Transition for the Raptors. Is that Scotty Barnes? Bro, he took that three with confidence. Look, I don't watch a whole bunch of Raptors basketball, but I don't think I've ever seen Scotty Barnes take a transition three with that much confidence in my life. This guy must really be feeling it right now. He must love versing the Bulls. Again, he's not known as the most terrific three-point shooter out there, but that's a weird shot from him as they attack the paint. And Achua absolutely finds a body. That is Torrey Craig. Is that another timeout by the Bulls? Again, 3 timeouts in 1 quarter. Billy Donovan is clearly not happy with something this Bulls team is doing. Again, it's really basic offense right now. It's off-ball movement. It's pick and rolls. Scotty Barnes, he's showing the passion. This team's come out ready to play, and the Bulls have not. I genuinely cannot believe I've seen 3 timeouts in 1 quarter by one team. That's miserable. That is a miserable start to a game. Knowing you're getting clapped that badly, getting destroyed in every single way, form, and fashion, that your coach is trying so desperately to get something out of you, a response out of you in a quarter. And the first quarter at that. And we still can't do it. What's next? We see the 4th timeout. May as well waste all of our timeouts in the first quarter. Make it a true rec game in 2K. No timeouts for any team. It's crazy, man. Really, really crazy. Again, this is getting at it. It's 19-34 at the moment. Again, a couple more stops, a couple more buckets for, I guess, the Bulls here. Or for the Raptors here, and it's a 20-point game. That was a quick timeout. What was that? Was that even a timeout? I don't even know what that... I don't know. Unless I just... Time went by really quickly there. That's not... I don't know. DeMar gets a layup. 21-34. All right. Gary Trent. Pascal in the post on Torrey Craig. DeMar, good reach. And in the end, he gets the steal as Torrey Craig gets pushed to the floor. That should be free throws at this point. Pascal not happy with that call. I think DeMar's going to go to the line here. Or maybe a loose... No, it's Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig goes to the line. He misses the first. We got to make these free throws, man. Got to make these free throws. Makes the second. All right. We got Achua to Trent. Trent takes a deep one. Oh, my. He's getting hot from the three. Someone's got to put a hand up on him. He literally went. The Bulls player went underneath the screen. DeMar. Drummond in the post. Post hook. Misses it badly. All right. 17 seconds to go in the quarter. All right, we've got Gary Trent. He wants to isolate. He's having a good game. He misses that one. Rebound, Io. First quarter comes to an end. 36-22. A very successful start for the Toronto Raptors and a not so successful start for the Chicago Bulls. Defensively, we have been all over the place. We have been poor. We have not really gotten out of the gates. Offensively, it's stagnant, but at least people are contributing. You know, a lot of our shots have been contested shots and tough shots, but, you know, Kobe's got involved offensively. Zach's gotten involved offensively. Vooch has gotten involved offensively. Right now, the offense, I don't think is a massive issue. It's the defensive work right now that needs to step up big time. And as long as we're going to see people attack the paint, and even the perimeter game for Toronto stepping up, this is already going to be a tough game to win. If those things are added onto the game, again, kiss this game goodbye. I don't see a way the Bulls can come back if Toronto are making their threes and attacking the paint. So they're in for a good game thus far. They scored 36 points in the first quarter. That's a very good return from them. What are your guys' thoughts on the first quarter? What are your guys' thoughts on the rest of the game? Does this make this... Look, it's already hard to come back, but does this, I guess, put the game out of reach for the Bulls so early on? Or do you truly believe the Bulls can still come back in this time out? Again, all it takes is one run and we're back in the game, but will that run come? Again, knowing that we're away from home as well, that could be, obviously... You know, Toronto want to play with pressure all 4 quarters of the game at home. They don't want to lose the game at home. So we'll see how that goes. But miserable start to the game, I must say. Very, very painful to watch. And hopefully the second quarter will be a little bit better. Because that was not pleasant. I want to quickly take a look at Toronto. Toronto Raptors have a 7-8 record on their season. So they're playing much better than the Bulls in terms of the whole season. The Bulls are 5-11. We're about to be 5-12 at this point in time. Wow. We just can't buy a win at this point. We have to steal them. We are literally third. We are the third worst team in the NBA. The Pistons and the Wizards are worse than us. And those are the teams that are expected to be worse than us. They have 2 wins each on their season. The Pistons are 2-13, and they have bunches of injuries, and they've already beaten the Bulls in the past. The Wizards are 2-12, and then there's the Bulls right there with 5 wins. Not very good. To be fair, the Hornets have played less games, but other than that, can't say I'm dramatically impressed with this Bulls team at the moment, can I? All right, the second quarter has begun. Let's see what type of game this is truly going to be. Grady Dick in the game. Turns it over instantly. All right. Boucher in the game, I believe, as well for Toronto. Patrick Williams bringing the ball up. This is a rare sight to see. Kicks it to DeMar. Patrick Williams open. Pump fakes. Attacks. You know what? I respect that idea for Patrick Williams. I know he misses the layup there, but that was, again, that was a wide open layup. So I'm upset that he missed it, but I respect the intention. No one really came up to block him there all the time in the world. I wish he took shots like that more often. But right in the paint is Scotty Barnes. Back to it, Toronto, attacking the paint. Oh, man. It's hard to keep my composure. Io doesn't want to shoot. DeMar, mid-range. In and out. Loose ball foul for the Bulls as well. That's on Andre Drummond. Oh, this is painful. I can't believe it's basic cuts that's really getting us right now. It is what it is. Again, we're going to suffer through this, don't we? Have to watch 4 quarters of this. Achua. And that's an Andre Drummond foul. And I think Achua's gone to the line. Man, and this Bulls team is something I think is extremely underrated that we haven't talked about. It's not a good thing. The Bulls foul a lot. So you're versing a team that loves to attack the paint, and we're also a team that fouls a lot. So yeah, not great. Achua. Scotty Barnes. He's not going to shoot that. He wants to attack, though. Mid-range. Scotty Barnes misses. Rebound Drummond. Come on, we need to get some offense going. Please, let's get some movement in this offense. DeMar. The ball is sticking. It's just sticking all over the place. He gets the layup. Misses it. Drummond gets a putback. Ugly offense, but at least it goes in. 24-38. Achua just throws Drummond out of the way. Wow. All right. Torrey Craig to Io. Io with the midi. Missed badly. Rebound Barnes. Boucher wanted to pop that shot. He thought better of it. Almost got an alley-oop though, Chris Boucher. What is this? Oh my goodness, man. Torrey Craig is hurt. And oh man, I cannot believe what I just saw. Bro, this thing's making my eyes bleed at this point. It's horrible, man. Io fakes the shot. Javon Carter, floater. That's off. Rebound Grady Dick. To Barnes. Back to Barnes. Barnes wants to shoot. He wants to make one. He's feeling confident. Rebound Drummond. Ay. Bro, please let's get some ball movement in this team. Io for 3. That's off. Craig trying to fight for the board. DeMar. Off the floor. And DeMar gets attacked. Oh, it's one of them games. DeMar may as well get ejected, honestly. Just show the passion, bro. We need some passion. Honestly, if DeMar gets ejected right now, I'll give him player of the game. Because someone needs to show some fight in this team. DeRozan gets it. Drummond gets a tech as well, I believe. So Drummond's got a tech. DeMar's got a tech as well. So is that 2 free throws then? Again, I'm not mad at that. We're already down bad anyway. We're already down big. This is not going to change that. But someone's got to show some fight, please. I get losing. Some people want us to lose or whatnot, but I want some fight in this team while we go down at least. Like, come on. I don't know what Drummond did. Drummond literally just tried to break it up. All right, Vooch back in the game for Drummond. Io to Craig to Levine. Levine passed up a three, but he got the layup. It looks like it's going to be a Zach Levine type of game. We're going to need him to step up. Boucher for three. In and out. Rebound Craig. Finds Io. Vooch gets an easy layup. I find it insane how it's the big man that's actually moving the most on the team. He gets the easiest layup you could possibly get. And the Raptors take a timeout, 44-28. Again, just some fight. That's all I'm asking for right now. If we lose, we lose. Again, I can accept losing. Bulls fans clearly want to lose. Like some Bulls fans want to lose. I can accept that. But show some fight, man, please. Don't make every game a miserable ball fest, down big, 20, 30 points every single game. Like, nah, none of that, man. I don't want to waste my time watching Bulls games like that. Show some fight. We have a young team. A team that surely doesn't... I mean, I guess I'm wrong when I say that. A team that surely doesn't want to get punched in the mouth every game. But it really feels like it's that type of game. This is exactly what I want us to... This is exactly why I want us to rebuild. We need to draft young guys who want to win. Again, it's not even... like, for me, it's not about winning at this point. Like, it really isn't. Like, I want to come into a game at least expecting some entertainment. Like, I pay money to watch this Bulls team play. Too much money, some would say, especially with this broken league pass every single game that barely works. Holding on by a dear thread. The least the Bulls could do is provide some entertainment. Not get cooked. No offense, stagnant offense. Defense is just absolutely miserable to watch as well. It's not even about winning at this point. I can accept losing. I really can. I can accept losing if we show a valiant effort. And we've not done that. So, but again, I agree with you. I'm on team rebuild anyway. I don't really care about drafting. Like, when it comes to drafting young guys who want to win, I truly believe most young players want to win in this league. But they just don't know the tools to get there yet. And that's where coaching comes into play and player development comes into play. So I'm not bothered about drafting young guys because I know they're going to want to win. But, man, where is the fight in this team? And that comes from coaching, and that comes from your veterans. The guys that have been in this league for 13 years, 10 years. Zach LaVine's been in this league for 9 years now. The veterans have to step up and show some passion and let the young guys follow suit. It should not be the other way around. It really shouldn't be. If you get the energy from your veterans, the young guys will automatically follow suit with that energy. They've got bundles of energy to give. We have guys who only play for the money. I envy the Heat because those guys always play hard. I mean, look, you could say anything you like. You could say anything you like about the Toronto Raptors. You could say they're a bad team. You can say that they're, worse without Fred VanVleet. You can say whatever you like about this Raptors team. But they play hard every night. When have you seen the Toronto Raptors not play hard in a game? I'll ask that question. And then you look at the Bulls. When do the Bulls play hard in games? It is what it is. I don't know. But yes, I agree. We do have guys that only want to play for the money. Or it's not even that. I think, again, there's too much pride in this Bulls team saying, look, I'm this guy, I'm that guy. I could do what I want, and stuff of that nature. A lot of player power in this team, I would say. As Levine makes a deep one. Levine's going to need to have a big game. 44-31. This could be one of those games where Levine drops 50 and we still end up losing by 20 or 30 points. This is the Raptors' first year of coaching. Again, you got to give respect to the Raptors. I've never thought their coaching was an issue. Even with their old coach. I don't think coaching has been their issue. In all honesty. They always play hard. I would have a negative record the way that the Raptors do, 7-8 or whatever it is. I would even have a record of 5-11, but have a team that fights as hard as they do. At least I know there's something there with that team. I can't say the same with this Bulls team. So sick of Billy Donovan. Who isn't sick of Billy Donovan at this point? Now, we need to retool. I would like to take the chances on some young players. Those included Jaden Ivey, Denny Avdia, and James Wiseman. Not too high on him, though, but worth a shot. Jaden Ivey is someone that I really respect in this league. He's a young, very bright prospect. Very quick as well. So that could definitely, bring a new dynamic into this Bulls team, adding a pacey player. But Denny, I think, has got to nowhere in his NBA career at this point, unfortunately. And if we're talking about guys to trade Zach LaVine for, I wouldn't pick Denny Avdia or James Wiseman, in all honesty. But again, if you retool and you're bringing those players in, that's most likely a rebuild. If you're trying to retool, you're not going to bring those guys into the team. Especially for a guy like Zach, you're not. Zach is better than all these guys, unfortunately. But I wouldn't mind a Jaden Ivey. I just don't think the Pistons are interested in LaVine. But I do think we need to rebuild. But when we say rebuild, there's a lot of guys on this team. Like, rebuilding, you're keeping your young guys. You're not trading Kobe White or Io or Patrick Williams in a rebuild. You're keeping them around. And you're building with them. That's what we do have young players that I really do like. LaVine. Mid-range. LaVine is having a great game. LaVine might single-handedly keep us in this game. OG. I think Dennis Schroeder missed the three. He doesn't want to take the second one. Gary Trent Jr. makes a three. Is that a delay of game? I mean, Gary, how many threes has Gary Trent made today? Like, at least 4, right? What's happening? Javon Carter, technical foul. Oh, my. Danny's actually having a good season. Saw the other day he's averaging 13 points and shooting 42% from 3. That's still not good enough to bring in a Zach LaVine. If you bring a Denny, you're rebuilding. That's what I mean. I'm not saying... I still feel like Denny's not gotten anywhere in his career compared to what he actually was potential to be, if you know what I mean. Like, we talked a lot about Denny on this channel, and I think most Bulls fans have. We thought he was the next Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? That's what he was coming into the NBA to be. He's not been that, but hey, 13 points on 42% from 3, we could use a player like that. But again, if you trade for Denny, you're rebuilding. You're not retooling. LaVine for 3. Zach LaVine is on an amazing shooting spree at the moment. Wow. It's literally 1 versus 10 at the moment. Gary Trent. Oh, he's taking another deep one. Rebound LaVine. Zach. Again, they're blitzing him. Kobe open for 3. And he misses a sitter. On a team with Poole and Kuzma, that is really good considering they are both 50 shots a game. Again, it's still on a bad team. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of, I wouldn't say average, that's not the right word, but yeah, Jordan Poole and Kuzma take 50 shots a game because they are on a bad team, but you're also averaging the most stats on a bad team, if you know what I mean. They're going with the Lakers offer. If they do, AK needs to retire. I'm sorry, that Lakers offer doesn't do anything for us. What does the Lakers offer actually do for us? It doesn't help with a retool. Because LaVine, man, watching LaVine today is magical, and this is the LaVine that we're probably gonna miss, where he's just making just ridiculous shots. But what we're getting a D'Lo that I don't think personally makes us better or worse. I think he probably keeps us the same. Rui Hachimura, an overpriced contract. I think both of them are on expiring contracts, if I'm not mistaken, or at least one of them is. A pick swap, which to me, it is what it is. A pick swap is a pick swap. As Levine turns it over and he fouls, I don't think that's clear path. Kobe White was behind the play. And the 2029 first round pick, we're going to start a rebuild in 5 years? Like, if you want to start a rebuild, start it now. The Lakers have been trying to trade that pick for 3 years. And no one has bidden on that pick. I just don't understand why we would be the one to do it. No, Aiden, I'm not saying trade Levine. I'm saying trade everyone. Also, for Denny, I agree that he has a disappointing start to his career, but he's sort of a Draymond type of role player. I feel like when you trade for everybody and you want to keep the young guys, that is a rebuild. If you want to keep guys, for example, like Kobe or Io or Patrick Williams, and you're trading Levine, DeRozan, Vucevic, Caruso, Javon Carter, Torrey Craig, that's, to me, is a rebuild. I don't think you're going to get a retool for all those guys. Like, you're not going to get much for DeMar DeRozan at this point. You might get a pick if you're lucky, but DeMar's on an expiring contract. He's most likely going to walk at this point. That was a clear path, it looks like. Dennis Schroeder's shooting free throws. Vucevic, I think you could get something for Vucevic. I think a certain team would want a guy like Vucevic, but you're not going to get enough in return to compete for him. So yeah, I really don't think we can trade everybody and still end up with a team that's actually going to compete, if you know what I mean. Like, I understand what you mean. Trade everybody for more guys that can compete. But I feel like if you do trade everybody, you won't get enough to actually be a competitive team in the East. You're more than likely going to look for rebuilds and picks. DeMar wants to attack. Gets the layup to go. No foul. It's still a 15-point game. We're talking about Zach LaVine's amazing game today, and we're still down by 15. Podol. Caruso. Keep running, Caruso. He saves it. Oh. But yeah, I sincerely... Look, I'll tell you what. If the third team comes in... If we're talking about the Lakers deal here, if the third team comes in, then I'm more than happy to listen to the Lakers. But I think Lakers media is trying to sell the Lakers on a dream. And if the Bulls fall into that, again, AK should retire tomorrow. They should get a third team in there and give us some picks that actually mean something now. That's all. Again, I don't want to start my rebuild in 2029. And I don't want to pick that took the Lakers 3 years to trade. In the end, they might finally trade it. I don't want that type of deal. I really don't. How many times have we heard the Lakers will give the 2029 pick for any of our Bulls players, it felt like? You could literally list everybody under the sun, trade the 2029 first round pick. They've been trying to trade it for 3 years. No one's bidding on it. Not one team. I think Pascal wants a challenge. He's not too happy with that call on Caruso. Again, the second quarter is about to come to an end very, very shortly. So if you haven't already, feel free to like the stream. And if you subscribe as well, it will lead to more, of course, people watching these streams. And again, I feel like as Bulls fans, we need to watch these games with each other because it's therapy at the end of the day. One thing, again, I don't like doing watch-alongs when we lose, I'll be honest. But the one thing that makes me keep on doing it, I guess, is that there are people in the chat that are watching it with me and we can discuss things together. Heck, for the fourth quarter of this game, we're most likely not even going to be talking about the game anymore. That's how it usually goes. It's a therapy session for most. We'll talk about other things, but that's what I like about these watch-alongs. So if you feel like someone needs a little bit of a therapy session, bring them on here. We'll have some therapy sessions together. DeMar DeRozan in the pick and roll, wants to shoot over Dennis Schroeder, doesn't get the bounce. And it looks like they're going to Pascal in the post. Kobe White on him. I don't like that. But Toronto turn it over. The double team worked. Levine went over to double. Then some poor passes on the other side of things. It also looks like that's a timeout for the Raptors. We are still down by 16 points in this game. Once the second half, not necessarily the second half, once the first half comes to an end, we're going to be looking at the stats of this game to kind of really see how much Zach LaVine is carrying this team at the moment. This is the version of Zach LaVine that I think I would miss. Not the Zach LaVine that's not trying, not the Zach LaVine that, you know, is already 1 foot out of the door. The Zach LaVine that heats up like this. This is why making the right deal for Zach LaVine is so important, because that's the type of player you can get on any given night. A guy that's hot from the field. A guy that can make any shot imaginable when he's feeling it. And that's what Zach LaVine has done already in this game. Again, I feel like every time I look up on the screen, it's Zach LaVine taking a ridiculous shot, but it falls. On a good night, this is what Zach LaVine is. A 3-level scorer that is almost unguardable. On his best night, that's what he is. So you have to get this trade right with Zach LaVine. He wants out. I think whatever we do, it probably won't be as good as we want it to be. I understand that. But you got to get it as close to right as possible. It's going to be a very interesting month. It's going to be a very interesting month for the Bulls. Woof. December 15th is usually the time that people are talking about when it comes to a Zach LaVine trade. We'll see. We will see. We'll see if he gets traded before that or not. We'll see what players we get in return. Again, there's a lot that rides on this trade. Rebuild or retool. There's a lot that rides on that. This potential trade could also determine whether or not DeMar DeRozan stays or not. There's a lot on the line there as well. There is so much to look forward to. It's not just one trade here. This decides the future of the Bulls. I'm excited for it, man. But for now, we got to focus on this game. 42-57. At least that's what it says on my score thing right over here. They're showing some Gary Trent highlights. Again, he's been phenomenal for the Raptors as well. We'll take a look at his stats at halftime as well. See how many threes he's made, because that guy is absolutely doing phenomenal things. From it says here, 4 threes. 13 points already for him. Again, he loves facing the Bulls. All right, here we go. Vucevic to DeMar. To LaVine. Kicks it to Kobe. Someone's got to chuck this ball up. Caruso open for 3. Got it. AC for 3. 45-57. The Bulls have brought it back to 12. All right. Dennis Schroeder to OG for 3. Their 3-point shooting is on another level today. OG gets one to go. He's had a couple of 3-point shots. They got Scotty Barnes on Zach LaVine. Kobe to DeMar. Kobe open for 3. Got it. Kobe White stepping up to the plate now. That's 2 threes or 3 threes now for Kobe. Dennis Schroeder. Moving screen. Bulls ball. We have a chance to bring this to... What is that? No, not single digits. We could have a chance to bring it to single digits, actually. 1-3 away, and this is a single-digit game. LaVine takes a deep shot. And that's off. Scotty Barnes. Wants to post up LaVine. They got Podol in the post. Good defense by Vooch. Schroeder to Barnes. Turnover. This is the Bulls defense that we need. They finally shown up. It took them a half to do it. That's an excellent defensive possession. Come on. DeMar attacks, goes to Kobe. Oh, Vooch. I think it's a bad pass from Kobe, to be fair. A little bit too low for a guy like Vucevic. And Dennis Schroeder looks like he's got a cheap foul there. And he will go to the line. That's a tough one to swallow. Kobe, I think, with a bit of a bad pass. Vucevic couldn't grab it. A bit too low. But maybe it's not free throws. I don't think Dennis Schroeder looks very happy, so I don't think they'll be going to the line. It's so obvious Kobe's ready to take the next step. It's a shame we're refusing to provide that opportunity for him. I think in most other games, I would say absolutely. I think in this type of game, like, the offense is so stagnant that we need someone to really go off, and Levine is going off at the moment. So I'm not going to complain too much, because this Bulls team, like, we saw it in the first quarter how stagnant we were. And we're still stagnant now. The difference is Zach's just went off for a half. He's gone absolutely berserk in this half. If it wasn't for Zach LaVine right now, we would be down by 30. I promise you that. Like, this ball is sticking, bro. It's like glue. It's literally like glue. Sup, gang? I see we're losing. What's new? I missed that. Did DeMar DeRozan just shoot a 3 and get fouled? I'm hoping that was a 3. I didn't see. 1.4 seconds. Are they going to challenge this? He's got the thumbs up from the coach. They want to challenge it. The landing space. I think that's a discussion. The Raptors will challenge. We'll see how this goes. Man, I need to change the Bulls commentary team so quickly. I'm not a fan of the Raptors commentary team, bro. I'm really not. But League Pass, bro. League Pass are forcing me to do it. They're forcing me to do it. I miss Stacey King, man. Why does it let me not listen to Stacey King? I just want to hear, give me the hot sauce, Zach LaVine. That's all I want to hear. They don't let me do it. Let's take a look. Again, they literally showed nothing on that replay. All I'm going to say is the landing space. Let's take a look at the landing space. I think what might make this challenge successful for Toronto is DeMar DeRozan is jumping forward in his jump shot. So in many ways, he's the one that's stopping the landing space from being there for himself, if you know what I mean. But there's no leg extension, so I think this could go either way. Well, I hope Zach and Debo at least help me win in fantasy basketball. LaVine's definitely helping you right now, my friends. Zach LaVine has gone off in this half, so he's going to get you a bunch of points. I have a friend that I saw a couple of weeks ago talk about the fantasy basketball, and he said he has a love-hate relationship with Zach LaVine because there are nights where he literally gets nothing in terms of fantasy points, but then he had a 50-point game against Detroit, gets him loads. Or he doesn't show up for 3/4 of the game, but then he still finds a way to drop 30, and he does, he gets good points. It's interesting the way that Zach LaVine plays in fantasy, but I'm not much of a fantasy basketball guy, so I can't tell you the details of it. But yeah. Alright, what's happening? Two shots for DeRozan. Challenge, I don't think... Challenge unsuccessful? The Raptors commentary team is fuming at that call. He's right. Yeah. That's what he told me. He has Zach, but he's not even a Bulls fan, but he has Zach and DeMar DeRozan on his team. I find it weird. Like, is there something you're not telling me? You know what I mean? Are you sure you're not a Bulls fan? Have Zach and DeMar on the same team. DeMar missed both free throws, so all this led to nothing anyway. All right, the Bulls, the half has come to an end. The Bulls have made it, I wouldn't say respectable, but they brought it back in this game a little bit. 62-48 is the final score of the half. It's an interesting game to say the least. I don't really know what else to tell you, man. Like, it's up and down. Again, if it wasn't for Zach LaVine today, we'd literally be down by 30 because no one's really taken a hold of this game and grabbed it with the palm of their hands. Again, we were down by 20, and then LaVine had to really go off for us to even think we have a chance in this game. I guess ball doesn't lie. That's the definition of it. Ball doesn't lie right there. He missed both. But we're going to look at some stats here because I want to show you how bad the Bulls are actually playing in this game and how one person is really carrying the load for us. So, let's start off with DeMar DeRozan. He has 5 points, 2 from 6 from the field. That's 33%. Alex Caruso, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 from 2 from the field. That's 50%. Vucevic, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 from 6 from the field. Guess what? 50%. Zach LaVine had 18 points in that half. 2 rebounds, no assist, 1 steal, but he's 8 from 12. Again, without those 18 points from Zach LaVine, I don't know where the Chicago Bulls would be because we have not had an amazing half of basketball here. Kobe White has had his fair share of good stats as well. 9 points and 1 assist, 3 from 4 from the field. So Kobe's only missed 1 shot in this game as well. It looks like those are the 2 guys that we're going to be rocking with in the second half. But again, knowing how Billy Donovan likes to coach this team, there's more of a chance than not that we're going to see DeMar DeRozan shoot a bunch of shots in the fourth quarter, and Zach or Kobe won't get the ball. So that's what we saw against OKC. I'm kind of guessing that's what we're going to see in this game as well. Our bench, Torrey Craig, 1 point. Patrick Williams, 2 points. Andre Drummond, 2 points. What is that? How many bench points is that? 1, 3, 5. 5 bench points in one half. So that's not good enough either. And then we're going to look at Toronto. For the Raptors, OG Anunoby, 14 points on the night. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Dennis Schroeder, 10 points on the night, 3 assists. Gary Trent Jr., 13 points. You see how more well-balanced that is? For the Bulls, it's pretty much Zach and Kobe. The sweet life of Zach and Kobe, it's back. It's truly back in this game. But for the Raptors, 14 points for Anunoby, 10 points for Dennis Schroeder, 13 points for Gary Trent. They have more bench points. Again, Achua has 4 points. Flynn has 2 points. Scotty Barnes has 5 and 5. Podol's got 8 points, 5 rebounds. Again, without Zach LaVine's 18 points, we would be really down bad in this game. He's gone off. But one thing about Zach LaVine that I'm always worried about is that will he do the same thing in the second half? We'll see. But we're gonna need it. If we're gonna even try to make this a close game, we're gonna need Zach LaVine to continue that hot streak and hope the ball isn't as stagnant in this game. Again, I'd like for someone to let me know because I understand that the Bulls right now, in terms of statistics, is one of the teams that concede the least amount of turnovers. They don't give the ball away that often. But I feel like a lot of that is because we're so ISO heavy. So I'd like to see, what is our assist rate for the Chicago Bulls? Where do we rank in terms of assists? Because if we're in the bottom half of the league, it all makes sense. Let's take a look. Is that even something that we can look at here? ESPN. Assists. The Bulls averaged 21.9 assists apparently this season. Is that right? I'd like to know where we rank though, not the amount of assists. Anyway, that's what we average, I guess. 21.9 assists per game. Assist to turnover rate is 1.9. Interesting stats. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Jimmy says the other players need to step up in the second half. It's gonna have to be more than 2 players if we win this game. What? I searched where do the Bulls rank in the assists, and they're showing me 56th. Are you crazy? All right. Don't use binge, bro. Okay. Let's take a look. I don't know. Someone else will let me know. I can't find it. Either way, it will all begin to make sense. In the meantime, let me know what you guys are thinking about this game at the moment, and you know what the Bulls could do to come back. I'm going to go and get a quick drink. It's very, very hot in Melbourne at the moment. Let's see, how hot is it in Melbourne actually? Maybe it's just me. It could just be me. It could just be me. 26. Oh my, and it's rain. Melbourne weather. Melbourne's the only place where it's going to be 26, which is fairly warm. A nice day out in Melbourne, but it's going to rain. That's ridiculous. Only Melbourne. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to get a quick drink. And we're back. We are back. Turns out I had the water bottle right there the whole time ready for me. And I completely forgot. But there you go. Again, only in Melbourne is it 26 degrees. 26 degrees is considered beautiful weather. Beautiful weather. But then you look. What is it? Apparently at night it's going to rain. Wow, man. Anyway. The Bulls need to play better offense and defense in the second half. They need to stop going down big in every game. Well, again, they're going down big because they're not playing good offense and defense in the half. They're just not. They haven't. So, what can you do? Like, this Bulls team, I feel like they've always entered a half down in a game, and they've always entered the first quarter down. So, again, this game is a script. It's a script of the same game. The stats might look different every now and then. Some guys might go off, but others don't. But we're following the same script of a game. We go down big in the first. We come back in the second. We'll have a slow start to the third, but we'll pick it up and make it close. And then the Raptors will kind of run away with it in the fourth, and we will look like we've been down the whole game, which we will be. Again, we're going to enter. If the Raptors keep this lead the whole game, I believe this is going to be the third game in a row where the Bulls haven't had a lead the entire game. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I don't think we had the lead against the Thunder at all. We haven't had the lead against the Raptors at all. Maybe if it was like the first possession or something that I missed. But for the most part, we haven't had the lead against the Raptors. Haven't had the lead against the OKC Thunder. We didn't have the lead all game against Miami. So, yeah. It's the same script, man. You can predict these Bulls games before they even happen. We got the Nets next. I assume something similar is going to happen. We'll also take a look at what's going on around the league. You know the drill. It's halftime. It's boring. Nothing going on. You know, I think most people now want the game to end. So let's take a look at what's happening around the league. So we have... So the Magic beat the Celtics. Interesting. The Suns beat the Grizzlies. Both of those in-season... All these games are in-season tournament games, by the way. The Heat are beating the New York Knicks by 2 points at this point in time with 53 seconds to go in the half. Obviously, the Bulls game, you can see the score on the screen. The Timberwolves are getting destroyed by the Sacramento Kings by 20 points. The Houston Rockets are destroying the Denver Nuggets again. Why do I feel like they've already beaten them already this season? 37-21 for Denver. I actually have to see who's playing in this game. There's no way Jokic is playing. He's 16 points. Aaron Gordon, 0 points. Reggie Jackson, 0 points. Michael Porter Jr., 3 points. Wow, there's a whole bunch of zeros on that Denver team. Wowee. Well, I thought the Bulls are having a bad game. All right. The Wizards are beating the Milwaukee Bucks right now, 50-44. That's interesting. There's more to go. The Pacers are beating Detroit by 12. That's okay. Or by 8, my apologies. And we still have the Warriors and Spurs game to come and the Clippers and Pelicans game to come. So there you go. Some interesting and unique score lines at the moment. Again, to see Denver only score 21 points with like 8 minutes to go in a quarter is crazy. A whole bunch of zeros for Denver. And the Rockets as well. Fair play to the Rockets. What's the Rockets' record? Their record is 7-6. Fair play to them. Everybody thought they were going to be last in the West, including myself. I thought they were going to be dead last in the West. I thought Fred VanVleet was an overpay, and I still believe he's an overpay. I think Dylan Brooks is still an overpay. But man, they're fun. And they're playing. They're playing hard. Every game, they're literally up by 20 against the reigning champions. That is something to respect. But I don't believe Jamal Murray is playing for Denver as well, so keep that in mind. But still, very, very, very big game for the Houston Rockets at the moment. We'll see if they will end up winning or choking that game. All right, I want to quickly see. Can I switch to the Bulls commentary team now? Come on, guys. For League Pass, let's hope this happens. Come on. Come on, League Pass. Make this work. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Please work. Okay. I think it might be working. Guys, I think it worked. That's crazy. Finally, we can finally hear some Stacey King. About time. I need a bit of Stacey King. I need some positivity in my life right now. The Bulls are not cutting it for me. I'll ask a question as well, since again, it's taking a long time for this game to start up again. If you had to pick one destination you would like to see Zach LaVine traded to, again, he's having a great game today. Don't let the recency bias hit you. We know we're not going to get the most amazing trade package for Zach LaVine, right? If there's one destination you'd like to see Zach LaVine go to, where would it be? Where do you best see Zach LaVine fitting for any team in the NBA? Which team best suits them? My answer is the Sacramento Kings. I think he would absolutely thrive with the Sacramento Kings. Again, being that main shooting guard on that team, playing next to a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who is massively quick, very effective player, very good in the clutch as well, a dominant big in Sabonis, good in the post, good in the pick and roll. That would help. Yeah, and I think they have assets they could give to the Bulls as well for us to really accept that trade. I think if the Kings are interested, I'd love for the Kings to pursue. Charlotte for Brandon Miller. Will Charlotte give him up? Will Charlotte give up Brandon Miller for Zach LaVine? Like, Of all people, Zach LaVine, really? If we get Brandon Miller, we're not going to get much else in return. It's just going to be Brandon Miller, and we might have to try and match salary somehow. So we'd get Gordon Hayward and waive him or something. But yeah, interesting. I'll take Brandon Miller. I'll take him. Okay. The game has begun. Third quarter time for the Bulls. Stacey King has already come in roasting the team, saying if there's no ball movement, then players need to sit out. There you go. That's the positivity I need, Stacey King. Thank you very much. That's crazy. 8 assists for the Bulls only in the first half. Wow. 8 to 18 is a pretty big difference. All right. OG to Trent. To Dennis. Dennis wants to attack Kobe. Shoots the mid-range. And he makes it. All right, here we go. We'll see if the Bulls offense changes then, you know, like a ball movement in isolation. Caruso to LaVine. To Vooch to DeMar. Mid-range, got it. Not a whole lot of offense there. There wasn't a whole lot of movement, but the ball was moving, I guess. I guess like a player movement. Pascal finds Podol. Kobe White trying to stand in the way. Shooter for 3. It's in and out. He's been struggling from 3. If you want Zach to compete, then either the Kings, Warriors, Suns, 76ers, or Heat. We'll get to those teams in a little bit. DeMar misses the 3. Caruso will get the offensive rebound to Vooch to Kobe. Vooch in the post. Finds Caruso. Post hook for Caruso. This man trying to do his best Nikola Vucevic impression. Okay, let's take a look at these teams. Again, I've already talked about the Kings. The Warriors, I think he'd thrive for the Warriors. I just see them as a little bit more unrealistic than the Kings, in all honesty. I think Steve Kerr could get the best out of LaVine. Their system is so unique and so offensively diversified that I think a guy like Zach could thrive in that system. We would have to get Klay Thompson in that type of deal as well. And I would like a pick or a young player in return also. So I don't know if that's the best place to send Zach LaVine for a Bulls fan. The Suns, there's no chance he goes to the Suns. I mean, the Suns have Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Yusuf Nurkic. Like, I don't see why if Zach LaVine goes there, there's just too many of the same players in there. Too many scorers in that team and not a whole lot of ball movement. I think you're even starting to see, I don't know what the Suns' record is, but it's not as good as people projected it to be. I don't see Zach LaVine going to the Suns at all. The 76ers, I just don't again, I think the Heat, there was rumors that the Heat aren't interested. I thought they were interested, but apparently they're not. The 76ers, I just don't understand why they would want Zach LaVine as their next star. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, they got trade packages to offer. They got picks to offer. I'll be more than willing to listen to the 76ers and see what they can provide. I just don't want a Tobias Harris trade-up deal because I feel like that's all the 76ers are going to give. Tobias Harris and a pick. I don't know if I want that, but yeah, we'll see. I think the Kings and the Warriors make more sense for LaVine. I think the 76ers makes more sense for the Bulls in the sense that I think you could get a couple more picks out of them because they're kind of desperate for that type of superstar. The Heat, we're not going to get a trade for apparently, and there's no way the Suns will trade for him. I would send LaVine to the 76ers. I made a trade machine that involved 5 teams to start a retool. Well, I guess a rebuild at that point. All in all, a lot of teams will be involved when we blow it up. That's if we trade everybody, teams will be involved. Again, I'm convinced there's 29 other teams out there for Alex Caruso. I'm convinced every team in the league wants Alex Caruso. No one can change my mind otherwise. That guy is that good even offensively and defensively this year, that people are going to want him. People are going to trade for him. People will be knocking on the door and offering first-round picks for Alex Caruso. I believe it in my heart. The Lakers will be interested. Teams like the Suns will be interested. The Warriors will be interested. The Bucks will be interested. The Heat will be interested. 76ers will be interested. Again, you can list every team under the sun. They'll be interested in Alex Caruso. I believe there will be teams interested in Nikola Vucevic. I know some Bulls fans don't believe it, but I think a team like the Warriors, I still believe a team like the Mavericks, a team like, a team that needs a center, even Charlotte, these types of teams, I think they could use a Nikola Vucevic. I really believe they could. There's one team that Memphis could definitely use a guy like Vucevic right now, considering how bad their season has gone and how, in many ways, they're desperate to try and change that. They might trade Steven Adams, who's been injured all year, purely out of desperation to try and get some center play in there. So again, I think teams will be interested in Vucevic. There will be teams interested. I don't think we're going to get anything for DeMar. I think DeMar's more likely just to walk. But yeah, there will be teams interested in our players. Again, there are teams literally monitoring us, waiting for us to break it down, to tear it apart. I haven't been watching the game worth watching, or are they slacking again? Look, this game has been miserable to watch, but Zach LaVine's gone off and made the game close. Take with that what you will. I personally, if it was me and I didn't have a Bulls channel, I would have turned the game off. That's honestly, I'm being honest. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, watch the Bulls. Doesn't matter if we win or lose. I've been openly honest. I've been a guy, when without the Bulls YouTube channel, I stopped watching this Bulls team by January because how bad they are. And if I'm telling you now, if you're looking for an entertaining game, don't watch this game. This is not entertaining. It's a lot of isolation. The ball, literally, there's hot glue on these guys' hands. There is literally hot glue on these guys' hands because it's impossible for them to pass this ball. It's ridiculous. I think this is one of the most isolation-heavy games I've seen in a long time from this Bulls team. But again, Zach LaVine went off in the first half. I don't think I've noticed him in the second half, but I'm not really watching. Again, these are the type of games I'd rather look at the chat than watch the game, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I agree that Vucevic is a likely destination. Will be the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know about the return, but I feel like it'd be Vucevic to the Mavs, and the Bulls receive a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and Hardaway Jr. I'm not sure what type of return we'll get for Vucevic, but they do have a center right now, I believe, I think his name's Lively. He's a fantastic rim-protecting center, and for a young guy, he's doing really, really well in that position. But I think the goal for the Mavericks is because they're a very small team. I think they'll find a way to try and implement both of those players. Maybe Vucevic as a starter, Lively off the bench, so they have an offensive-minded center who could do really, really well in pick-and-rolls with Luka and could do really well in pick-and-rolls with Kyrie. But also, for defense, they've got a good rim-protecting center there now. And that's something they needed for a long, long time. So, it's hard. I think Memphis is the most likely destination he would go to. If Memphis really want to make the playoffs this season, because they're having a terrible start, I think they would try to be desperate, trade Steven Adams away for Nikola Vucevic. Steven Adams is not going to play for the whole year, most likely. So, we're going to basically start our tank, I would say, with Steven Adams in the team. And they get a center that they can use for the rest of the season. Then Ja Morant comes back. We'll see how many wins they can get from there. We'll see. Memphis is an interesting destination. I don't think you rule them out of a Vucevic trade. Thanks, Aiden Long. You're a trooper and always appreciate the content. At least Zach is having a good game. He's on my fantasy team. Oof. We got two fantasy teams for Zach LaVine. Okay. It seems like no matter how bad Zach truly plays, he finds a way in a fantasy team, doesn't he? Fair play. Well, again, he's going to get you some points today, most likely, unless he just has a miserable second half. He's going to get you some good points. So, yeah, be on the aware of that. I would say Bulls games are still entertaining, but for the wrong reasons. I need some reasonings behind that. Why do you think this Bulls team is entertaining, but for the wrong reasons? I'm interested to see your thoughts on that, because I don't really view it as that, but maybe in some way you could be right. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mind is not thinking in the same way. Yeah, I know Lively is the Mavs center and he's doing really well. I just see Vucevic as an elevated Maxi Kleber for the Mavs. Well, he could do more than Maxi Kleber as well, in my opinion. I think Maxi Kleber is he's sort of a 3-and-D center in many ways. That's really what he is. He shoots the three well. I'll say often inconsistently, but still shoots the three fairly well statistically. And he plays defense. That's really all he does. Vucevic, as much as we hate how he's shooting threes this year, he's shooting 24% from three this year. He's known to be a solid three-point shooter at his best. He's a better post player. He's a better pick-and-roll player than Maxi Kleber. And if they need defense, they just take him out of the game. Simple as that. That's what the Bulls should do. We don't do that. We keep him in regardless if we need defense or not. He just stays in. But plus, the durability as well of Vucevic is important. He's obviously a phenomenal rebounder as well, so that will help the Mavericks. And he's usually available for all the games. I think it makes perfect sense, but I know I'm in the minority there. I just think Memphis will be desperate to make the trade. I don't think the Mavericks are that desperate for a Nikola Vucevic. They won't be saying, "Oh my goodness, we absolutely need him. Let's chuck away future draft picks." Even Tim Hardaway is a fantastic player for the Mavericks. They might be hesitant to just chuck him away. You know what I mean? For Nikola Vucevic. It's hard. It's hard. But teams will be interested. We could find deals there. All right, 71-56. Let's actually watch the game. Scotty Barnes out of bounds. The positives I've had from watching the Bulls this year are mostly seeing Caruso work, seeing Debo when he heats up, which is admittedly getting rarer. Interesting. And seeing Ayo and Kobe develop. Well, I guess in this game, what have we seen out of those things in this game? Caruso's working. Caruso always works. That's a given. That's going to happen every game. DeMar heating up. That has yet to happen. Ayo and Kobe develop. Well, Kobe's having a nice streak of three-point shots as DeMar DeRozan gets a steal in the post to Vucevic. Again, the ball movement. No, not a lot of off-ball movement here. Vucevic in the post, and we turn it right back over. Ay. Yeah, Kobe White's having a nice streak of three-point shooting at the moment. He's made a couple of threes in this game already. I think he's made 3 threes in the game. He made a couple of threes last game and a couple of threes the game before. He's been phenomenal from three in these last 3 games. So, hey, there's development for you. I wouldn't say Ayo's had much of a standing in this game, unfortunately. So we'll see if that can change. But yeah, there's a couple of things in there that we're seeing. Entertaining and seeing how many ways the Bulls can collapse in different ways. How long the front office can ignore the constant issues with this team. All the constant complaining from Bulls fans. Wow. Okay, well, the Bulls literally lose in every way imaginable, so you're right. They do collapse in many different ways. It could be in the fourth quarter. It could be straight from the first quarter. It could be in the third quarter. It could literally be in any way imaginable. It could be missing free throws. It could be no defense. It could be no offense. I agree with that. How long the front office can ignore the constant issues with the team. It seems like they're on a massive streak of that, of how to ignore the team's issues. On a massive streak with that. And all the constant complaining from Bulls fans, and I'm on top of that list in a nutshell. I love complaining about this Bulls team because there is a lot to complain about. Trust me, this game reaction will not look pretty for the Bulls if we don't make this close and competitive towards the end. It's not going to be a pretty sight from me, I'll be honest. Reactions from end of the world Bulls fans. How many times Billy takes the hot hand off the court. Basically seeing a train wreck. I guess in some ways seeing a train wreck could be entertaining. Again, I view it more as frustration. Like, I'm the type of person you could in any sport that I watch. Because trust me, like as a sports fan, I'm not just a Bulls fan. I like sports. Maybe not American sports. Like I don't watch American football or baseball or anything like that. I watch football or what is known as soccer, probably in America. I watch Aussie rules football, which is completely different to American style football. Whatever the case may be, those are the sports I watch. Trust me, there are teams worse than the Bulls out there. Like, I know it's hard to believe, but there are teams worse than the Bulls out there that I support. Either way, whatever the case may be, I'm the type of guy to zone out. Like, I'm not the type of guy to laugh at misery or anything like that, which is, it is, look, it's a coping mechanism, Laughing at the Bulls train wreck, that's fine. That's up to you. I have no issues with what you're saying. I'm the guy to zone out. Like, as soon as I make the game reaction, as soon as I do the watch along, I won't think about the Bulls until the next game comes. Like, I just won't think about them. I'll ignore them. Zone out, Try and do something else. Focus on something else. You know what I mean? That's me. I'm a zoner out. Just completely get me out of anything related with the Bulls. If people talk to me about the Bulls when I'm not making a video, I'll say, don't talk about the Bulls. Like, I don't want to talk about them. You know what I mean? That's me. Anyway, 76-60, 16-point game. Zach trying to shoot. Oh, he got the bang shot. Zach LaVine. Uses the glass. He's making everything right now. Bulls is all I watch. Oh, no. I would recommend being interested, like, find another hobby for the time being, you know what I mean? Hey, I don't watch American football, but if you live in America, bro, just turn on some American football, bro. Like, just do it. I don't know. All I've heard is that Chicago sports right now is a train wreck. All of them. Like, the White Sox, the Bears, I think all of them are in misery at the moment. But I can't tell you. I don't know. Do you ever feel discouraged about the Bulls with your friends? I don't feel discouraged. Like, if someone says, haha, you're a Bulls fan, like, the friends that I know, they pick glory hunter teams. You know what I mean? Like, they're looking for the bandwagon. I have a couple of people that go for the Warriors. There's very few people that I have a friend that followed D Rose everywhere he went. You know what I mean? Like, those are the fans, those are the friends that I have. The guy in the chat, his name's Jordan. He's one of my best friends. He hasn't, he's done, bro. He's taken a nap at this point. I don't know where Jordan is, but he's one of my best friends. He's a Bulls fan, of course. He's one of the only Bulls fans that I know that supported the Bulls from a long time ago and stuck with the Bulls. Obviously, the guy that was a D Rose fan was a Bulls fan, then turned into a New York Knicks fan, then turned into a Pistons fan, then turned into a New York fan again, then turned into a Memphis fan. You know what I mean? Or a Timberwolves fan, whatever team he was on. That's one of my friends truly does that. I have a couple of people that are Lakers fans, a couple of people that are Boston fans. I must admit, the friend that I have that's a Boston fan supported them from when he was young. But again, they just pick glory hunter teams, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. What can you do? So I don't feel discouraged. I'll just say, you're a glory hunter. It is what it is. You just pick the best team of the moment and you pick them to go for. Like, if their team sucks, they'll just say, I'll go for the Lakers. I'm a LeBron fan. Yeah, that's the type of people, you know? All right, let's take a look. The Bears suck too? Oh. I need to get in, like, I do need to invest some... Oh, Torrey Craig gets swatted. I do need to invest some time and learn American football. I need to invest time in... Like, maybe it might be fun to watch. But I'm so used to Aussie rules football that I don't think I could get on board with anything else. Like, Aussie rules football is literally insane to watch to me. Like, it's one of the best sports in the world that I feel like doesn't get a lot of recognition because it's only in Australia. It's a beautiful sport. But I should invest some time and watch, maybe not watching the Bears, because if they suck, I don't know. But since I represent Chicago on the shirt here, I'll probably have to go for the Bears. I'll have no choice. American football is whack in my opinion. Each to their own. Maybe watch baseball. I think that's a big sport. Watch hockey. I think hockey's a train wreck as well. Hockey's weird sport to me. Vooch gotta go, bro. I'm sorry. Vooch has to again rebuild. They all gotta go. Every veteran on this team has to go. Every veteran that's getting paid a lot of money has to go. Gary Trent makes another 3. We're down by 20, Bulls Nation. Aiden, when did you start watching the Bulls? Was it Jordan's legacy that got you interested? I am 24 years old. I was born in 1999. So the Jordan era did not. What was I going to say? The Jordan era did not get me into the Bulls. Derrick Rose era got me into the Bulls. I like Derrick Rose. I like what he stood for. I was maybe a Heat fan for about 2 weeks, but I didn't want to be a glory hunter because the Heat was like the team to go for, and I didn't want to do that. So I went for the Bulls. And I had friends that went for the Bulls that kind of introduced me into, obviously, the players, and I really liked the players. I liked Luol Deng. I liked Joakim Noah. I liked Derrick Rose. I liked the whole 9. And even then, Derrick Rose was during that time was injured, but I still loved Derrick Rose. So that's kind of the era that I started watching, and that's the era that brought me into the Bulls. And I'm the type of guy where if you get me hooked onto a team, I'm not going to leave. I don't care how bad they are. I will not leave if you get me hooked onto that team. Osin Mullin from Ireland. He plays in Aussie football. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who he is. I'm the type of guy with football, AFL. I know my own. I barrack for Melbourne. So I kind of just know my own players. There's just too many names to learn. But Ireland is the other country that really likes the AFL. There are a lot of from Ireland that love AFL, if you know what I mean. Like it's a big thing in Ireland as well. Like if you're not talking about it in Australia, I really feel like Ireland's the other place that really respects that game. So yeah. I'll search him up. Again, the Bulls suck. I don't want to watch this, but may as well search him up. See what team he plays for. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Plays for Geelong. There you go. Geelong's a great team. Geelong's a very good team. That's cool. Thanks, Aiden. Always been curious. I was born in 87 in Chicago. So as a kid, you couldn't not be a Bulls fan. I actually fell off when Jordan retired and completely missed the Rose era. Really? Well, look, again, when you have... I don't have a problem when people say right now they're a LeBron James fan. But, like, it's an element of glory hunting in there. You know what I mean? Like, I want to chase... LeBron James. I want to support LeBron James. I want to be a Lakers fan. I want to be a Cavs fan. I want to be a Heat fan because LeBron played in those teams. Again, I have a friend that does that with D Rose as well. Just basically barracks for the player and not the team. I don't have an issue with that as long as they're not bragging about it like, oh my goodness, my team won the championship. Like you've had 10 different teams in 10 different years. Like, you know what I mean? But again, when you have Michael Jordan, when you have LeBron James, it's hard. It's hard. Do you watch much rugby? I don't watch much rugby. I feel like rugby is more of a Sydney, Queensland type of sport. I'm in Victoria at the moment, and that's more AFL than it is rugby. But again, that's another sport I need to get into. Rugby, I've played rugby in the past. I played rugby at school. Just as like, everybody wants to play rugby, so I'd play rugby as well. It's brutal. Rugby's brutal, man. AFL's brutal. Rugby, it's all brutal. But yeah, the team that I go for in rugby is Melbourne Storm. But I must admit, I don't watch a whole lot of rugby. So if you ask me questions, I wouldn't know. 89 to 73. Is that Julian Phillips? Julian Phillips is in the game. Oh, please. Attack the basket. Patrick didn't want to shoot it. Julian Phillips. Come on, take it all the way. Julian Phillips. My guy. Let's go. Oh my goodness, I might actually want to watch the game. It's Julian Phillips time. Let's go. Billy Donovan must be desperate. He has to try something. Pascal gets the layup over Julian Phillips. That's fine. I don't care. It's good defense. I don't care. I was just about to say, yeah. Julian Phillips time. All right, DeMar getting blitzed. Julian Phillips for three. Oh, bounce in. No, rebound Torrey Craig, though. Happy days. Happy day. By the way, we've let Toronto score 91 points in 3 quarters. If you're worrying about our offense in this game, don't. It's our defense. Our offense is bad, but let's not pretend that it's only our offense that's struggling right now. Our defense, poor. Really, really poor. Toronto has been hot all game. They're making paint points. They're making threes. They're about to score 91 points in 3 quarters. That is crazy. They're on the verge of getting 120 to 130 points. Wait, who's the center for the Bulls? We might have gone small. I didn't see... Again, I just started watching again. Right now, we got Patrick Williams, Torrey Craig, and Julian Phillips in the game. So we're playing small in the center position, but we're also trying to get more length around the court in the forward positions. Siakam just makes a ridiculous shot, and that ends the 3rd quarter. Again, when Toronto are making shots like this, like, what can you do? That's a tough shot to make. Patrick Williams all over him, contests the shot. Excellent defense. It falls. Toronto have been on fire right now. All right. Well then. One more quarter of this misery to go. Again, for all those people that are actually watching this game, I salute you. I salute you. It must be, again, it's miserable truly watching this game. Like, I feel really, really bad for everybody that watches this game, including myself. I feel bad for myself. But I'm lucky there's a chat that I could read. For those people that are generally watching this game, expecting the Bulls to win, and they're watching that, and they turn it off, or they don't even turn it off, they watch the whole 4 quarters, I salute you. Respect. Respect to you. I'll be honest. If I didn't have a watch-along, if I wasn't live right now, I would not be watching this game. I would have turned it off, probably made my game reaction early, and left. What time is it for me? It is 1:20 for me right now in the afternoon. We are dead set in the afternoon. It's very, very hot right now. They need to make a good run in the 4th quarter to win this game. I'll be honest, I don't see us winning this game. If we win this game, I'll be stunned. I'll be stunned. The offense is just not playing well. Very, very stagnant. We're relying on Zach LaVine to just carry us out of trouble right now. And the defensive end is worse. Surprisingly worse. 2:23 a.m. in... Oh. And you're watching this game, David. Hey, fair play. Fair play. I have to wake up for Man United games around that time. I'll tell you what. It's not fun. When you have to like watch a Man United game at 3:30 in the morning or something like that, and Man United are equally as bad as the Bulls, if not worse, and have to see them just, you know, mess about for 90 minutes. I respect it. I respect it, David. Even if you're not watching it, you're in the watch-along as well. Like, that's probably even more respect there. That's crazy. Fair play, man. Fair play. I can't say anything else, man. I just respect that heavily. There's even people that was here from I want to see what time it is in Brazil. There was people here at one point, not in this watch along, but in the watch alongs prior, that was in Brazil. Let's see. What time is it in Brazil? 11:24 p.m. See, it's very late. I'd like to watch a game that late, to be fair, but yeah. Haha, yeah, bro. I support Man United as well. Yeah. There's a very big gathering. There's a very big support for United in Ireland. Of course, most people would support. But again, you know what I mean, though. Like, imagine waking up at 2:30 in the morning or 3:30 in the morning to watch Man United, you know, not score for 90 minutes, could see 3 goals or anything like that, or having the starting lineup that we have, and like you wake up for that. You know what I mean? You wake up to see your team get destroyed day in and day out. And that's what you're doing with the Bulls as well. Again, I have to respect it, man. Like, you're up at 2:30 in the morning to see the Bulls get destroyed. Like, it's crazy. But hey, we support the same teams. There we go, David. We got something in common. We both watch misery on a daily basis. The worst part, again, I know this is not a Man United channel, but the worst part about supporting Man United is that I didn't support them when they were winning. I didn't watch football when they were winning. I started watching football and supporting Man United in the Louis van Gaal era. So I missed all the glory. I missed all the glory. But, you know, they got me hooked and I can't go back now. I can't go back now. Anyway, let's turn this back to basketball. I apologize for a little bit of taking it away from the Bulls or from basketball, but hey, that's what the chats are all about. You know what I mean? Who actually wants to watch the Bulls lose by 20? Most people don't. By the way, if you haven't liked the stream already, please feel free to do so. We are 3 likes away. 3 likes away from 10 likes. Again, trying to get to double digits. We're trying to get to double-digit likes, so if you haven't done it already, please feel free to do so. But yeah, in Rasmus, we trust. Yeah, we need to get a team around him because he doesn't get any chances for United. But yeah, at least there's a bright spot there for United. I wouldn't say the same thing about the Bulls. Maybe Kobe White's a bright spot, to be fair. Julian Phillips misses the free throw. I'm just happy to see Julian Phillips on the court, to be honest. He could have the worst game of all time, and I'll be happy to see him. I'll smile, and I'll say thank you, Phillips, for playing. He misses 2. Again, that's okay. And there we go. Just like that, 10 likes. That's crazy how quickly that just happened. All right. Flynn shoots a deep one. Off. Levine tries to tip it. Saved by Boucher. The Raptors are going to get another one. Achua. Good defense by Phillips. Ayo gets the steal. Bulls in transition. Floater. Got it to go. And the Bulls are down by 19. It's not 19, but I don't know what it is, but it ain't 19. Maybe, I don't know. I'm assuming Julian missing because he's nervous. I don't care if he could miss 7 free throws in a row. I honestly couldn't care less. Because we need him to play. He needs to play every game. It's as simple as that. Like, I do not care how bad Julian Phillips is playing right now. If he's playing bad at all, he's playing good defense from what I saw. And he's got a couple of points on the board. He's doing okay. But he might be nervous. I don't know. But I don't care. Let him play. Let him play it out. It's incredible how different a player can be when you truly give them the trust to do something. Remember when Ayo Dosunmu's first year came around, how good he was for the Bulls? You want to know what I feel like a lot of that was? Billy Donovan eventually gave him the trust to be a Bulls role player and then turned out to be a Bulls starter. The trust was there for Ayo. We need to bring that trust with Julian Phillips. He needs to be playing every game. Give him 5 to 10 minute spouts in a game. Let him work it out. Let him work it out. Again, especially if we're going to be losing anyway, there's no harm in giving a young player a chance on a losing team. We're going to be 5-12 after this game. We're not winning this game. I really don't believe we are. But we're going to be 5-12 at the end of this game. Like, give the young guys a chance. Like, that's all I'm going to say. But he's not on the court now, so he's had his time. Doubtful he'll come back. Javon Carter in the game with Torrey Craig, DeMar, and Zach both in the game as well. We're not playing Andre Drummond in this one, which is very interesting. It looks like we're opting to go smaller. And it's the first time we've seen it this season. Normally, every single game we have seen the Bulls either play Nikola Vucevic or Andre Drummond. It's very, very rare that we see them go away from Andre Drummond or Vooch. So, this is Billy Donovan's attempt at making an adjustment. So far, I would say it hasn't really made that much of a difference. As Achua is at the line. And it's 101 to 83. 18 points. DeMar trying to take over. Torrey Craig gets swatted. Have you guys noticed when we do shoot threes, how often are our threes open? I feel like because our movement is so stagnant and we're so isolation heavy, that when we actually do get a three from the corner, it's contested. Because we don't make movements to make defenses crumble. So they're all in the same position to defend it. Grady Dick on Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine should take that. Step back three. Zach LaVine's been on one today. All right. Achua attacks the paint. Gets it to go. Just easy points right now for the Raptors. Zach wants to attack. Gets swatted by Scotty Barnes. A two-hand swat. Wow. I tell y'all, Zach LaVine should never be a lead guard. He turns the ball over so much, exactly why Lonzo complimented his game heavily. Well, again, that's a big reason why I think Sacramento is the best place for him. Because he's going to be playing with an elite point guard that will take the ball out of his hands more times than not. So I agree. I don't think Zach LaVine should be a ball handler. I think he should get the bulk of his points off the ball, or at least as a secondary ball handler, not the first or the primary ball handler. So I do agree. I think he should be playing with the Kings. He should be playing with De'Aaron Fox. But to be fair, this guy's making anything he wants right now. He's having one of his best games of the season. That's 29 points for him on the night. on very efficient shooting. Achua, Gary Trent, he turns it over. All right, something else I'm going to say as well. This reminds me, remember those teams where it was like Chris Dunn, Larry Marketing, Denzel Valentine, Wendell Carter Jr., and Zach LaVine is like the starting lineup. And Zach LaVine basically had to score every single point for us to win games. This is the type of game it feels like for Zach, in my eyes, where the ball is stagnant. Outside of him, no one is scoring. He just made another three. So what is that now? 32 points? He's having a crazy game. But it does remind me of those Chris Dunn era days where Zach LaVine was the only legitimate scorer that we had. And he had to score 30 points to win games. If he didn't score 30 points, we would lose all the time. The way that I see it, this is very similar. DeMar DeRozan is not playing well. The ball barely touches Kobe's hands these days. I don't even know where Kobe is at this point. And everybody else is playing poorly offensively. So Zach LaVine is kind of just doing everything for this Bulls team, trying to get us a win, where everybody else is kind of letting him down and no one else is really playing a factor in the game. It kind of feels like 1v10 at the moment, but that one is scoring. Let's take a look at Zach's stats. How many does he have right now? 32 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 14 from 20 from the field. Again, that's a great game from Zach LaVine. I'm hoping Zach scores 50 this game so his trade value goes back up. I'll tell you what, 40 will do it for me. 40 will be a great game from Zach. And hey, look, Toronto, at one point, there was rumors that Toronto was showing interest in Zach LaVine. If Zach drops 40 on their head, don't tell me Toronto are not going to be interested in him. Toronto might be a team looking for Zach LaVine. Imagine Zach drops 50 on their head. The next day, he gets traded to the Raptors. They've seen enough. Bring him in. That'd be crazy. Again, I'm just messing around. But that would be funny. Zach drops 50 against the Raptors. The next day, he goes to the Raptors. If we can't stop him, add him. That's what I say. Anyway, the game break. The game's coming to an end soon. It's a 12 points lead for Toronto. Again, Zach's doing everything in his power to bring us back in this game. And we're still down double digits. We've been down double digits for most of this game. If we steal this, I'll be stunned. I don't think we steal this. There's still a lot of time left. 7:39 to play. You know, if Zach keeps on scoring like this, we could find a way. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. But we shall wait and see. They're showing some good highlights of him. He's definitely the player of the game. All right, 103-91. Schroeder shoots a three. Off. Patrick Williams skies for the board. The ball is in LaVine's hands. He has the last 8 points. Finds Vooch. Kobe for three. He's off. 6 minutes to go. Or 7 minutes to go, sorry. Dennis Schroeder to Pascal. Devon Carter on him. Gary Trent puts Kobe in the air. He misses the three. Again, here's the thing, right? Zach LaVine's getting double teamed now every possession. Most likely for the rest of the way. They're going to take the ball out of Zach LaVine's hands. They're going to blitz him. They're going to take the ball. It's like what we tried to do with Shea when he dropped 40 on us. We tried to get the ball out of his hands. The difference is, once the ball is out of Zach LaVine's hands, who's scoring for the Bulls? This is why I don't blame Zach LaVine for anything that happens in this game, because we almost turn the ball. We do turn the ball over, but their priority is get the ball out of Zach's hands. That means one person should be open. And as long as the Bulls continue to struggle offensively, whether it's three-point shooting or passing, whatever it is, you can't put this game as Zach LaVine's fault. Like, he's literally, he's doing the right things. He's made some tough shots, contested shots, bad shots. He's made a lot of those things. But now, they're trying to get the ball out of his hands and no one else is stepping up. It's bad, man. This is not a good game to watch. And the Raptors are giving us this game. They've missed a lot of their shots. Kobe shoots the three. There we go. That's what we need, Kobe. Step up. And it's single digits. We're in it. Kobe has 4 threes tonight. Pat. Oh, Siakam. Let's keep it going. Siakam misses. Pat! He's flexing. He's not flexing, but he should be flexing. That's a mean dunk. Hey. Maybe my faith is increasing, guys. 96 to 103, we're in it. Toronto, bro, Toronto's shot selection in this quarter has been ugly. Ugly. And they put the Bulls back in the game. Why doesn't Patrick dunk more? He dunks look cool. To be fair, when Patrick Williams tries to dunk, like, I've always said this with Patrick Williams, two-hand dunks for Pat should be the way to go, unless he's open like that. Because he loses the ball when he goes up with one hand. He has butterfingers. You know what I mean? So when Patrick Williams goes up for a dunk, I want it to be with two hands, nice and secure. Very rarely you're going to lose the ball. It's either you're going to dunk it or get swatted. Either one of those two things will happen. Beautiful. Patrick Williams plays aggressively. But he got a nice dunk there. And he forced the Raptors to timeouts. David saying we ain't done yet. They always find a way to keep us in the game, don't they? But my faith is dwindling. It's there. It's increasing, actually, but it's still very bleak. My faith is very bleak right now. I'm not going to lie. But at least it's there. I didn't have faith at all in the third quarter. They've made a run. But again, we know the game plan now. We know what Toronto are going to do. They're going to try and get the ball out of Zach's hands. So, guys like Pat, DeMar, Vooch, Kobe, whoever's playing at the end of this game, those are the guys that you have to turn to for offense. Because most of the time, they're going to take the ball out of Zach's hands. He has 32 points on their head, and he's done it with amazing efficiency. They're not going to want Zach LaVine to take over. They're going to want other players to beat them. So those other players have to beat them. That's the only way. Kobe's did well, scoring 4 threes, a big 3 in the fourth. We need to see other guys step up to the plate here. We'll see. Time will tell. This game break is taking forever, man. I want this game to get done with. Come on. The one time there's excitement, these timeouts take 10 years. That's an excellent dunk. Took Dennis Schroeder off the dribble as well. Beautiful. That's what I like to see from Pat. All right. Toronto ball. Some full court pressure applied by the Bulls. It's a 10-0 run. Okay. Podol. Dennis Schroeder in the pick and roll. The floater. It's off. Scotty Barnes gets his miss. Pascal wants to attack. Dennis Schroeder in the corner. Again, that's the guy I kind of want shooting at the moment. He's not made any threes, I feel. He's struggling from the three-point line. Vooch to LaVine. Levine shoots over 2. That's off. Pat gets the board. Javon Carter fakes the 3. Then he shoots. Oh, and it's a wedgie. Oh, no. It's a wedgie. It's a good shot from Javon Carter, but again, just tough. Wow. All right, Vooch and Podol. Let's hope Vooch can win this tip. He doesn't win many. What happened to Caruso? I don't know what happened to Caruso, actually. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen him in a while. I would like to look at Casey Johnson's Twitter because he usually provides updates, but no, this game is intriguing me. OG Anunoby makes a 3. That's a big shot for Toronto. Okay. Levine wants to attack. DeMar in the corner. Finds Levine to Kobe. Kobe fakes it. He almost gets a strip. Levine's going to have to chuck one up. Finds Vooch. Shoot it. Vooch, awful shot. That's a shot clock violation. I think he got hurt. I'm going to take a look at Casey Johnson's Twitter. Why can't I take a look? Why won't it show me anything? I don't know. It's not showing me anything. Maybe because I'm not logged in. Do I have to actually log in to see his Twitter? That's crazy, bro. All right. Guess we're going on the phone. Luckily, at least with League Pass, I can actually watch the game while I check this. All right. Dennis Schroeder makes a shot. It looks like the Raptors making that one last push. All he said is Caruso hasn't played since the 7:35 mark of the third quarter. He hasn't suggested any injuries or anything like that. Yeah, Jordan just said that in the chat. I appreciate it. He walked off gimpy. Yeah, there's no reports of an injury, but yes, he hasn't played since the third quarter. I guess we'll learn more from Billy Donovan after the game. All right, 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go. This lead has already gone back to double digits. Check DeRozan's plus minus. Oh, no. What is it? Where's DeMar? Ugh, that's disgusting. 30? Bro, I don't think I've ever seen a plus minus of minus 30 in my life. That can't be real. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a minus 30 in my life. Like, even the games where Zach LaVine had 4 points and sucked that whole game against the Magic last year, I'm convinced he wasn't minus 30. I think he got a push off LaVine. Yeah, this game's done. As soon as they gave us hope, the Raptors go on a run. Wow. That's crazy. Let's take all of our starters are minus. Even Zach LaVine is minus in the plus minus. The only person with a positive plus minus is Julian Phillips, plus 13, and Andre Drummond with plus 2. There you go. Put in Phillips. I don't think they're going to put in Phillips. I think they're going to ride the starters out for the rest of the game. But I'm happy Phillips got minutes. All right, Zach LaVine attacks. He's going to get a layup to go. Again, Zach LaVine has had a great game, even though his plus minus is down. Zach LaVine has really been the only player that's carried the load all night. Jakopotel gets a layup again. Poor pick and roll defense. The Raptors go on a very good run. And again, they managed the game well. They put it to bed. There's no way the Bulls come back from this. 2 minutes to go. 112-98. Zach trying to be aggressive. Kicks it to the corner. DeMar for 3. He makes it. 12-point game. Again, good clock management for the Raptors. And this game is under the books. It's done and dusted. Pascal wants to be aggressive, and he is aggressive, and it's an and one. Vucevic can't get his, he's got hands everywhere, bro. Can't get his hands off these guys. Doesn't know how to play straight up defense, it looks like, because, again, that's the type of foul that upsets me, because his hands are not up, and he doesn't even throw him off the shot. It's literally just touching him, and he gets the foul call. Those are the fouls I don't like, and I mean it from Vucevic's point, not the refs. The refs made the right call, but Vucevic does nothing to throw him off to even, for that foul. Anyway, Pascal misses the free throw. Minus 32 now. Wow. That's so bad. Pat wants to be aggressive. To Vooch. Vooch tries to cut in. DeMar, mid-range, off. Pat tries to get the putback. Kobe with the board. Levine gets him in the air. Levine has been fantastic. Hey, look, Levine, keep playing like this, man. Go and get your numbers. You play like this, again, more teams are going to trade for you if you play like this every night. 102 to go. It's another Bulls defeat. And game. Anunoby makes the last 3. 53 seconds. No chance we come back from this. Again, do we not follow the same script? Like, you can't tell me that this game is not the exact same game as the game against OKC. You can't tell me that. This is literally the exact same game. Script for script. Man, we should be getting WWE on the phone right now, bro. We could give them scripts, bro. Like they got their creative team is clearly writing for the Bulls. It's crazy. What affects plus minus? Essentially plus minus is when you're in the game, I guess, what's your impact on the game in many ways? So, like, when DeMar DeRozan has been in the game, I guess his minus suggests that he's having a negative impact by 32 points or 33 points. Basically, the other team is scoring the most when DeMar DeRozan's on the court. That's how I view it, at least. Maybe that's completely wrong. That's what I think a plus minus is. And that's why when Julian Phillips, his plus minus is 13, positive. That's because when he was on, the Bulls went on a plus 13 run when he was on. Which means we outscored Toronto by 13, essentially, when he was on. So DeMar has actually made the worst impact. Technically, DeMar DeRozan's the must improve in this game. Even though the stats, his stats are probably awful as well. Let's take a look at his stats. DeMar DeRozan has 19 points. But that means when he's been on, he's given up 32 points. Is he getting a... Wait, is he arguing with Levine? DeMar DeRozan's arguing with someone. He's done for the night. Who did he argue with? Don't tell me this guy just argued with Levine. Did I see that? Bro, I'm going to go back. He's getting a hug from the Toronto Raptors owner. Respect there. I'm going back to see who he's fighting with. Nah, he's fighting with the ref. Bro, the camera angle looked like it was at Levine. Okay. The game's over anyway. That's fine. Well, DeMar got ejected, and did you see Scotty Barnes taunting? Barnes is hilarious. Bro, Barnes, again, he's like that cocky guy in school that no one really likes, but there's nothing you can do about it because he's that good. Like, if you're playing basketball with this guy, he's cocky, then he backs it up. You know what I mean? That's what Scotty Barnes is. Tired to bench DeMar, negative plus minus almost every game is a liability. Bro, minus 33 is ridiculous. That's genuinely insane. I don't think I've seen a plus minus that bad in my life. I really don't think I have. If I have, I don't remember it. Anyway, again, the Bulls follow the same script. They lose the game 121 to 108. I think it is. Is that 108? That's 108. The exact same script. Literally the exact same game. Bad first quarter. Fight our way in the second. You know, make it close and competitive by the fourth. The Raptors go on a run. We lose the game. Exact same game. The stats may be different. Plus, minus may be different. Certain guys may be in the lineup that weren't in the lineup in previous games. But the end result is always the exact same. So, I will... yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel, yeah, but I like Barnes, sure. He's cocky, but he backs it up, and he's quite likable. Yeah. Again, he's probably one of those guys that you like on your team, and you probably don't like as much on another team. Well, in your case, you like him on both, so that's fair enough. Anyway, I'm going to be ending this stream here, this watch along. Thank you for tuning in for it. Again, if you did like it at any point, again, even dropping a like now, it will help share, and a subscribe if you want as well. It will help share these streams to more people, so more watch-alongs, getting more people involved. That is obviously the goal of doing these watch-alongs, to get as many interactions as possible, discuss things with Bulls fans across the world, from Ireland, from Brazil, from Australia, like myself, obviously people in Chicago as well, or America. All of it is very, very cool, and again, it's fun to do, even though that we suck. But I will see you guys in the game reaction. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of kind things to say in this game reaction, to be honest. But look, I'm going to take a couple of minutes break. It's very hot in this room. I'm going to, you know, get some fresh air, cool off for a little bit. We'll see if I have my composure by the time I get back and make that video. That being said, have a wonderful and safe day. See you in the next stream. See you in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. God bless. Take care. And peace.